Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. In some ways, this episode is nearly identical to the episode of yesterday, and in some ways, it actually gets worse in certain sections. And you know what? Let's talk about the let's talk about that. Um, so Finn, like an idiot, is not there constantly demanding Sheila to allow him to see Finn, to see Steffi, to see his son, and he's like, I want to see Steffi, I want to see her right now. She's gonna make me better, and he keeps Nikki trying to get up, and she's like, no, and she does this whole, I guess, Norman Bates thing where she's all like, no, she can't help you. Only your mother can, I gave you life again. And, then she shows him the death certificate and she's all like, oh, because, he's like, I need to go to the hospital. She's like, no, the hospital gave up on you. Here's your death certificate. I'm the one that saved you. I'm the one that brought you back. And I'm like, I just feel like at this point, no one has learned a damn thing from trying to agitate this woman, you know? At one point, he actually calls her crazy. I'm just like, you are, you are an idiot, an absolute moron. What happened to playing the long game of, in the beginning, he seemed like he was trying to play her and, getting her to lower her guard. And now he's just yelling and screaming like a maniac and actually called her crazy. I'm like, bro, So they do this for throughout most of the episode. And finally, Shield's like, all right, I had enough. And decides to take the needle and stick it in the, I don't know, the bag or whatever, the fluid, and put his ass to sleep. So that pretty much ends that. you know, in some ways, this actually feels like a 90s horror movie or like a 90s suspense movie. I mean, let's be honest. There was some movies back in the day in the 90s that didn't really have, great acting. Okay. And, I've commented before about Finn and the actor that plays him. Um, just about how much of a, I don't want to sit there and say horrible actor, but he just comes across as very cringy, and it's like he tries to be all super dramatic and it just falls either flat. I can't take it seriously, like it's laughable, or just like, yep, that's an award-winning actor right there. And hearing him trying to get up, and he was like, no, I gotta see Starkey, I gotta see her now. And he's all like, oh, oh. I'm sitting there laughing my ass off, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be taking this seriously, and I can't do it. I literally can't do it. So, yeah. So that's the thing. I'm sitting there wondering how Quinn pictured her life when she was in her mid to late 40s. Does she still picture herself being the mean girl? Because honestly, tell you the truth, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a middle-aged mean girl. And I'm just like, what in the hell are you doing? So he gets in her face. I mean, she gets in Donna's face, and she's all like, oh, you stole my husband. I can't believe that he went for you, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just looking at this chick like, sweetheart, now, I'm straight, okay? But I'm pretty confident that a lot of women would sit there and say that, well, you upgraded. So why are you whining and complaining and bitching for? like, it just got to a point where it's like, what in the hell is wrong with you? That goes on for a while. I keep forgetting his name. The security guard comes in there and he's like, hey, just want to make sure everything is good, yada, 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 to try to kind of break it up a little bit. And Carter comes in there, and at some point, I think Donna leaves. And the security guard or whatever is like, yo, good luck. How sad this character is. Okay? And this doesn't just go for this character. This goes for anyone. When the only way that you feel better, the only way that you can sit there and feel better to prop yourself up is by putting somebody else down, that is just sad and pathetic on so many levels. Because I don't give a damn how good you look. Okay? Me, I don't give a damn how big your boobs are. Because if you are ugly on the inside, nothing else matters. You can sit there and tell yourself that you are the hottest thing on the planet and that you stop traffic with just a glare. But if your insides are ugly, nothing else matters. And that's literally what she does. She actually called Donna basic. And I'm like, you know what? For the sake of this review, and for the sake of me not just being a absolute dick, we'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to sit there and say all the terrible, horrible names that I could sit there and call her. But it's just pathetic. And it amazes me when I go on Instagram, go on YouTube, and I start watching some videos. And listen, I'm not sitting there knocking anyone per se. I'm not knocking them per se for being Quen fans. I'm just wondering how. How? This woman already has another man who, she cheated. She keeps on saying, my husband this, my husband that. It's like, you mean the husband that you cheated on? That husband? She's very quick to sit there and point out every fault that Donna has. And it seems like she rarely brings up her own. It's so sad and it's so pathetic. And Carter is one of those men in her life that is an enabler. He sees that this woman is going off on Donna and calling her all sorts of names and talking about, I'm gonna accomplish this and I'm gonna accomplish that and blah 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 blah. And you're just like, this is the woman that you want to spend time with? You want to be in a room with by yourself? She's the type of woman that comes into a room and just sucks out all the good energy, all the good positive vibes. You know what he does? He's like, you're cute when you act this way. You're really sexy when you act this way. Great, you stupid jackass. You actually are encouraging her behavior. Just props. Just amazing. So, of course, they kiss and everything like that. And I'm just like, you know what? You two deserve each other. And I really do mean that, because Quen is a piece of work. And Carter is a piece of work. Okay? So I hope they stay together for a very long time, because you know damn well they're going to ruin anybody else's lives that they are with. And I've said this in my Days review, I've said this in my GH review, and at some point when I start watching Y&R, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find two people that are just POSs. And be like, I'm so glad that you two are together, and that you're not out there ruining any poor schmo else's lives, because that would be amazing. Deacon comes over there, the Taylor's workplace, to sit there and flirt with her some more. And she's all like, oh, I got a new patient. Oh, you mean, what was it called? He's like, what are you talking about? Oh, just give me your first name. Just give me a hint. He's like, oh, you know, I can't do that. You mean, is it Ima? It's, I'm a loser. So, they start laughing and stuff like that. And then he says something, and it's like, did she just, like, I know she heard that. Because he literally was sitting there saying, he literally said, I can't stop thinking about you. I can't get you out of my mind. Okay, that was literally flirting right there. And granted, she's totally fine with it. They talk about Steffi, they talk about Sheila. Um, Taylor talks about, what did she say? Logan Logic. As far as being with one of them and how it just destroys your brain, and you practically need therapy after that. Now, granted, I haven't been watching the show that long, and I know people trash these Logans like to no end. And the thing is, I'm not going to sit there and try to defend them because I don't really have the history to sit there and back that up. I don't. Um, but they talk, they flirt or whatever. And at some point, Ridge is going to come and be like, "Oh, what are you sitting there doing with that loser for? That hustler or that crook or some other name that he's going to sit there and come up with." And Taylor's going to sit there and look at him like, "You don't lost your damn mind, right?" Now, to be fair, Taylor's whining and complaining about Ridge, but you had no problem sitting there kissing and hanging out with a married man the whole time. The type of guy that just because he took off his wedding ring. Oh, well, anything goes at that point. We're just going to see what happens. Then her dumbass actually got dumped, and she's standing there whining and complaining to Deacon. And, honestly, tell you the truth, Deacon's in that same boat. You sat there, you try to pin all your hopes up to sit there and be with Brooke when she kept telling you more than once that she wants to be back with her husband. And now you're sitting there whining and pouting to another woman about, oh, man, I should have did this, and, I just can't believe that this happened. Really, bro? Because, the signs was there from the get-go. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's actually about it. I really do. I feel like that's actually the important stuff anyway. Let me just double check. Yep, I think that's about it. So with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have a great, safe, amazing weekend, and I will see everyone in the next video.